Working on this af16. I was sitting for a while. I'm gonna throw it back in the bike. It's like 150 miles and just sat for a while. I'm gonna do what I do to all the af16s I get. Oil plug delete. Get rid of the stock carb. I like to run just a smaller Oco with a CT manifold just to get rid of all the electronic choke garbage. And it's just what I know. So I just keep going that way and everything stays reliable. I'm gonna be doing a CT manifold and carb swap on an af16. I have this one here with low miles. Been sitting a while, so I'm just gonna get rid of the stock carb. So we're gonna have to pull the small side off, stock manifold and reeds. We're running this nice CT chrome one. So we're gonna be taking this small side off. It's these two bolts here. One will be right here. One will be in there where the clean spot is. And that can free up the two rear bolts you can't get to. Once you pull the intake manifold off, you want to get all this little gasket off. You want it to be clean. So that's something to mate to. So just taking this gasket off here. I just use these little Harbor Freights. They're like 50 cents. I just buy a handful of these and they're so nice to work in. You know, you can just extend it out, get a sharper piece, snap it off, or keep it nice and flat as you go. Just a little tip I always tell people. Buy as many as you can when you're there. So it's all cleaned off now. Took the tape out. I gave it a quick wire wheel just on the places I can hit. And then every time I do stuff like that, I vacuum out anything I see, any dust, so it doesn't get sucked up when I'm doing all this work or contaminating my gasket. We don't need that. The CT manifold here. Took the rubber boot off. Just tighten everything. They do come from very far away. Snug up all these little Allen keys. Take the boot off. Tighten up the vacuum port. Just make sure everything is snug. You're going to have to take it apart to get to these bolts. I'll show you how it looks on the inside. This is the manifold. Take it apart. Nice big fiberglass reeds. Two gaskets there. This is the base here. You can hog these out and pour it a little bit. There's not much meat left on it, and they flow really good stock. So anytime I do any gaskets, especially to the block, I do the thinnest layer of Honda Bond. I don't like stuff moving around, and it just seals everything up nice. Intake manifold base is on. Tighten up the Allen keys. Now remember, this is going into aluminum, so be careful. You don't need to really hammer it. So, wrapping up the CT manifold. Everything tight. I'm going to put a 21 on this build. So there's two gaskets that hold the reeds together. Just did a little thin layer of Honda Bond, like everything. Keep it together. Tighten all the Allen keys. And you're ready to run. And then we're going to put this small side back on. And that'll fit right over it.